Please welcome to the stage distinguished guests, Bam Azizi, founder and CEO of Mesh.
Hey everyone. Okay. Yeah, 20 minutes ago, it was an empty room, so I'm glad some people came in. Okay, we're going to talk a lot today about stablecoins, but we'd like to show you a couple of slides, try to make it as boring as possible for you guys. Kidding. But it's going to be fun. Unfortunately, we don't have internet on the stage, so I couldn't do a live demo, which I always love to do. So we're doing a recording at the end of the presentation. But let's go through the slides very quick, and then there would be an interesting demo at the end. How about that? Every once in a while, a technology comes along that changes everything. That's what happened when Apple reinvented the phone, and today we're going to reinvent payments. Before telling you more about stablecoins and the revolution that's happening today, I would like to take you through the history of payments. In the 70s, we had credit cards, giants like MasterCard, Visa, Amex. They built an amazing network that changed the way we pay for things. So they built a network that made payment simple. 20 years later, we had a new technology called the internet. All of a sudden, we had like large companies getting born like PayPal, Amazon, eBay. They build multi-billion and trillion-dollar companies that basically made payment fast. So we call it the e-commerce, like email, but for money. So you could all of a sudden send money cross-border, you could pay for things online. It kind of revolutionized how payment works, like between two parties. 20 years later, again, we had yet another new technology called the smartphone. So now we call this mobile commerce, and it helped people to pay and transact on the go. We had companies like Shopify, Square, Stripe, Apple Pay, Google Pay, you name it. They made payment instant. So if you look back once again, credit cards made payment simple, internet made payment fast, and mobile made payment instant. But we still have some struggles, some problems, and it's about time, like about 20 years from 2010, we need something to solve a bigger problem that we have, which is fragmentation. We don't have any truly global decentralized network that solves the problems of today's world. We are living in a world that everything is connected, we're living in a global economy world now. Despite all the things you're hearing in the news, there would be transactions happening between countries, between parties across the globe, and we need to build something that can work for all of us, not just part of the world. So if you look at the global map, you can see that we have Stripe in US, we have WeChat in China, we have Revolut in Europe, we have NoBank in Brazil or LATAM. They built little islands that connected people in that region, and there is a reason for it. The most important reason is the local regulations that kind of tries to limit the reach of these companies, that they build amazing services and they're helping to build a better world for the consumers and end users, but unfortunately they cannot be a global network. So we want to build a bridge across all of these islands to truly build a network that is global and works for the global economy. So what are the characteristics of that network? It needs to be fast, it needs to be global, and it needs to be, there is a delay, fast, global, and decentralized. And immediately you might think of the blockchain, but it's not the blockchain. This network is not about building a new network, it's not about building a new ecosystem, it's not about building a new protocol. And apparently we solved this problem decades ago. We call it the internet. So the internet is the first truly decentralized system that is not owned by any countries or any entities. And we built this platform to be able to communicate with each other. Now, blockchain and crypto are bringing money into that network. So that's what we are going to do. We are going to leverage this existing technology to solve this global issue that we have on the payment side. So we want to know that, okay, like internet is being used by billions of people today. Where crypto is standing today. So let's look at a few numbers. We have 600 million crypto users. So this new technology that you're talking about already has hundreds of millions of people using it on a daily basis. This is more than number of PayPal users. We have 400 million PayPal users, and this is more than Amex card holders. My projection is we are going like 5 years or 10 years from now, we'll have more crypto owners than Visa card or MasterCard holders. So if you are a merchant or you're a PSP and you're offering PayPal or you're accepting Amex at your checkout, you have to accept crypto as well. Let's look at another interesting number. So 5 years ago, we had Visa that processed $11.6 trillion, MasterCard 6.45 or 6.5 trillion, and the stablecoin was at like 187 billion. It was less than 1% of Visa card and MasterCard combined. 5 years later, in 2025 or January 2025, stablecoins exploded. The volume that we have on the stablecoin is already past, like this is like 4-month-old data, so this is already at 35 trillion. It's double the amount of what Visa has processed. It's 3 times bigger than what MasterCard, and it's bigger than Visa and MasterCard combined. But stablecoins are less than 1% of global money supply. So that means like there is like room for growth on the stablecoin side. But if this was a science class and we had one molecule that was less than 1% of the volume but would move more than 99% of the volume, we would call that, in a science class, we would call that hot. Stablecoins are the hottest topic on the planet, maybe next to AI. But there are some problems with stablecoins. And I would like to show you another set of numbers, and I promise this would be the last one, is the imbalance between crypto and a stablecoin. So users hold crypto, merchants accept a stablecoin. The crypto market cap is around 3 trillion, 3 point something. It's changing like almost every minute. And on the other side, the stablecoin market cap is around 250 billion. So there is like a big imbalance. So the stablecoin is less than 10% of the crypto market cap. So if you want to build a global payment network on top of the blockchain, you really need to solve this imbalance. The problem here is pay with Bitcoin is so 2019. Merchants don't want to accept volatile assets or any sort of cryptocurrency. On the other side, users and consumers are holding assets based on the crypto market cap on the crypto side, not on the stablecoin. Even the stables are not made equal. You might have Ripple USD or USDT, the merchant accepts Pi USD or USDC. So someone needs to build a network that can convert on the go for the consumer payment to fly. So, and we believe that whomever that connects all the wallets and exchanges that now acting as a new bank for new generation, that they might not even have a Bank of America account or a Chase account, but they have a MetaMask account or MetaMask wallet or a crypto wallet. And they hold their assets there, and the next step is like spending those assets. There is a famous saying that every crypto payout is a pay-in opportunity. So whomever that can connect all of these wallets and exchanges in one hand and all the PSPs and merchants on the other side can build a massive network in parallel to MasterCard and Visa. And that could be the future of payments. But what are the characteristics of this new payment network? It needs to be, of course, it needs to be global. It needs to be easy to use. and needs to be extremely cost efficient compared to traditional payment networks. So to make it more fun, let's assume that this is like business 101, and we have this amazing chart that low cost, high cost, hard to use, easy to use. And let's look at like where stablecoins are in comparison to traditional payment network. We have credit cards that they are highly expensive, even though the cost is hidden from consumers' perspective. And they're not so easy to use either. So I've never heard someone says like, I love punching in 16-digit credit card number when I'm trying to buy something online. So we went extra mile to make it as easy as possible for people to pay with their credit card. And then if you move to other part of the chart, it gets even worse. Like we have debit card, ACH, wire, that they are extremely hard to use. Merchants don't like it. There is no adoption there. And when it comes to cross-border payments, they are not so cheap either. So we thought, like, if you want to really, really build something that every single person uses, and you get merchant adoption, you get PSP adoption, it needs to be extremely easy to use. That I call it like the grandma test. So your grandma should be able to use it on a daily basis. And also it needs to be extremely cheap and inexpensive. So for people to be able to pay with that, there should be some sort of an incentive. So that's what we did at Mesh. We wanted to be in the upper right corner of this chart. And today we are going to demo that for you guys, like how simple it is for a consumer to pay with their crypto. Because we built something interesting here that like focuses 100% on the user experience, not other part of this chart. Like we wanted to make sure that people can just simply on the go tap and pay or connect their accounts and pay with those accounts without thinking about, okay, should I like pay this gas fee? Should I convert from this token to another token? How can I pay? What merchant accepts? What exchange or what wallet should I use? Just simply connect all of your wallets and accounts to a third-party applications through Mesh and then just pay with that. So we call it the Mesh Pay. We announced this at Token 2049 in Dubai, and we're going to show you the demo in a minute. But to do that, we had to build an amazing network of exchanges and wallets, and we built 300 of them to make this as simple as possible. So you can just come in and tap and go or connect when you're like transacting online, connect your accounts and pay with those wallets. We are supporting tens of tokens and hundreds of wallets and exchanges, and it's not easy to build. And then at the same time, we're working with all the PSPs that you know. So when you are walking in as a consumer to a store or you're paying for things online, you can simply just connect your account and pay with it without even knowing Mesh exists. You're just making it magical. So for the demo today, we thought like what would be the best demo that like doesn't have any learning curve. So almost everyone in the room has used it once in their lifetime or they're doing it every single day. And we didn't want any learning curve, any bad user experience, anything that you need to think ahead of time. So basically it's going to be Apple Pay demo. So Apple Pay meets crypto for the first time ever. We are using Mesh network. There is no traditional payment network involved. There is no Visa card or MasterCard involved. You're just simply paying with your Apple phone. And then the merchant will get, on the other side of it, gets the stablecoin. And you can pay with whatever crypto that you have. The merchant doesn't need to accept every single crypto. They just need to accept one sort of a stablecoin that's compliant and also liquid, so they can just cash it out anytime they want. So we can switch to demo. I will go off a stage and you can see the demo that we did. For this demo, we wanted to pick something that is extremely simple. There is no learning curve, and probably every one of you has used it today, or you're using it on a day-to-day basis. Ladies and gentlemen, Apple Pay meets crypto. For the first time ever, we are using Apple Pay to pay with crypto. There is no Visa card or MasterCard involved. There is no traditional financial networks involved in this demo. It's just simply, I'm going to pay with crypto, and then the merchant on the other side of it is going to get paid in a stablecoin. Let's go to the demo, shall we? So We have, thank you. We have Balint here. Hi, Balint.
Hi, would you like to get a coffee?
Yeah, but we're not there yet. So I want to explain one more thing for you guys. So if this was traditional crypto payments, I had to scan a QR code, copy and paste that wallet address, find the right place to paste it, and then go through a bunch of hoops like picking the network, calculating the gas fee, and even if you do all of that, it takes you 10 minutes and you have to pray to God for the merchant to get the stablecoin on the other side of it. So we want to kind of make it as simple as possible. Just imagine that this is a coffee shop and Balint is our handsome barista. Hi, Balint.
Hi.
Do you have coffee?
Yes.
Okay, can I get a cappuccino?
Sure.
So you can see on the screen that this is just a simple pose. Do you accept crypto?
Of course. Would you like to give a tip?
I feel generous today, so I'm going to pay 25% tip, and I click on continue. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to show you my phone. I will go to airplane mode. So I'm on airplane mode. So there is no connectivity between my phone and the internet. So I will connect, I will tap my phone, and then you will see the card pops up, and then I will pay with Apple Pay. So let's go to the lock screen. You can see my cute dog there. His name is Paco. So I will tap Face ID, and then you can see that there is a card, and I need to do the double click to confirm. I did a Face ID, done, and you can see that in a second, if the demo god allows us, the payment goes through. There you go, done, as simple as that. And you can print the receipt. Can I see the receipt for a second? This is the first receipt of crypto payment. I'm going to NFT this and then sell it in the auction. So it was too quick, so I want to show it one more time because we have time. So new order. So let's pick another one like Americano. And then this time I pay 10% tip. Continue. So it's ready. I just go here, double click, Face ID, tap, and done. Done. So let's see what's happening behind the scene. So if you go to Coinbase, this is my Coinbase account. So if you refresh that, you can see that the transaction is already done. So we had $3.75. So is it the first one, Balint? 303. Yes. So 3.75 is completed. And then the other one, which is the second one, I bought a lot of coffee this month. And you can see that the transaction is completed. This is basically happening, this USDC over base, so it's super fast. This is the merchant's Trust wallet, and you can see that they already received the USDC on their account. As simple as that. And now I can drink my coffee. Thank you, Balint. Coffee tastes better when you pay with crypto. I wish I could demo it. I get goosebumps every time I see that, but it was an amazing experience that we did in Dubai. If we can switch back to the presentation, I have like a couple of slides to show and I'm done. So you might have some questions in your mind that like stablecoins are cheaper, faster, better. So what's the holdup? Why you're not seeing stablecoins everywhere? The problem is not every company is built to be good at like building technologies or compliance platforms or like making it as secure as possible. It's really, really hard to build for the merchant to accept the stablecoins or any sort of crypto. So first issue that you have is the custody issue. So you need to work with companies like BVNK, Bridge, all of these companies that you're partnered with that you need to have like a global coverage, and you need to work with maybe 26 of them. So that's the number one problem. The second one is the security issue. So if you build something in crypto that you need to have a team to make sure it's secure, not every company is a security company that can make sure it's as secure as possible for their merchants. And there are companies in Web2 side that they already solved that problem, like Stripe and others, that you can accept credit cards without thinking about the security aspect of it. So we need to do the same thing on the stablecoin side for merchants to adopt it. And the third one, the most important one, is the technology risk. So not every company on the planet is a tech company. You need to have a team of developers being able to build this and then offer it as seamless as possible. So we wanted to solve all of that problem for any merchants or PSPs to be able to offer this. So Mesh enables crypto payments with absolutely one line of code or one SDK that you can add it, and then boom, you can now accept crypto payments. You get all the upside of basically accepting crypto without owning the downside of it, whether it's volatility or compliance risk or security risk or technology risk. So that is what we are envisioning for the future of crypto and the stablecoin. We need to make it as simple as possible, so it's not just built by crypto bros for crypto bros. It needs to be so simple that consumers can use it, and also it needs to be so simple for every merchants and PSPs to be able to offer it without going through the compromises. So the internet changed communication, and stablecoins are changing money. So if you're building for the future of payments, you cannot afford to ignore it. If you don't build it, someone else will do, and you will have a hard time to compete in the market that you're in today. We built all of that, so you don't have to. We did all the hard work. So if you are a stable issuer, if you're a PSP, if you're a merchant, if you're a developer, if you have some ideas that you want to build about, like if you're a cross-border payments, infra layer, orchestration layer, you name it. We call ourselves the Switzerland in the space. We can work with almost everyone in this room. So come talk to us. Again, this is Mesh. My name is Bam Azizi, co-founder and CEO. I would love to talk to you about different type of use cases that you want to build for. And I'm excited to tell you more about Mesh and learn more about the use cases you have in mind. Thank you, everyone.